Hello, my name is Nicky Hawley and I'm the Head of Inclusion at ELA Basel. Inclusion is about embracing and celebrating diversity. And at ELA Basel, we recognise that our students and families come from diverse cultures and backgrounds with differences in abilities. And it's our aim to ensure that every child feels a sense of belonging within their friendship groups, within their classrooms, and within their wider school community. And so that is why we have adopted a whole school approach to inclusion to ensure that all of the children's needs are being met. Our aim is to ensure that the children can access their curriculum, they can participate during the school day, they are building relationships, and they are enjoying coming to school. Our key principles that underpin our inclusion programme are those of respect, acceptance, equity, and collaboration. For there to be an inclusive environment at ELA Basel, it needs to involve everyone who works with each and every child. And that ranges from the classroom teacher to the teaching assistants, the learning support teachers, the admin staff, to parents and specialists and external agencies. Our aim is to support the child holistically, so looking at their emotional development, their social development, as well as their academic development. And it's really important that we are placing the child at the centre of all of our conversations and decisions. So that's why we've taken on a person-centred approach, whereby we listen to what the child wishes for, their hopes, their interests, their strengths, as well as their challenges and needs. And so we have adopted a graduated approach, which means that we have different levels of support that we can provide to the children. And it starts with wave 1, what's happening in the classroom. We then have wave 2, which is more of our short-term support programs. And then we have wave 3 for those children who require more ongoing, long-term support. So wave 1 in the classroom is very much about how we are differentiating the curriculum, how we are making those adjustments to the environment, and how we are adapting our language to meet the needs of the children. And wave 1 inclusive support benefits all children in the classroom. So wave 2 involves some short-term support programs. There may be a child who requires some support in maybe academics or emotional support that needs to go on for a few weeks. So the Inclusion Department offers support to 6 broad areas: cognition and learning, communication and interaction, sensory and physical, social, emotional, mental health, English as an additional language, and talented and more able. So with our cognition and learning programme, it's really about helping children to learn information, understand it, process it, and remember it. It can include children who have dyslexia, dyscalculia, and dyspraxia. So with our communication and interaction programme, it's very much helping children with their receptive and expressive language skills. And this can include children with autism or with developmental language delay. With our social, emotional, mental health programme, it's about helping children to understand their emotions, learn to identify their emotions, and learn to find ways to regulate their emotions. It's also about building relationships with others so they can work on developing those key social skills. This area can include children with ADHD and those who may struggle with mental health difficulties. And with our sensory and physical area, it's looking at children's motor skills, so looking at their fine motor skills and their gross motor skills, and it's looking at any maybe hearing impairment or sensory difficulties. With our English as an additional language program, we really offer support to those children who are coming in with beginner level of English, but we also support children who still need to develop their language skills. And we also have a talented and more able program for those children who are working at an exceptionally high level, or maybe they have a particular talent or interest in an area of the curriculum. So as part of our Wave 2 and Wave 3 approach, we provide a range of support programs. One of them is called Colourful Semantics. And this one really helps to teach children the basic features of the English language. So looking at the verbal and the written skills. It incorporates colour and images and symbols for the child to really understand the semantics of a sentence. We also have Lego Club. And Lego Club is great for children who maybe need to develop their social connections with peers, who maybe need to develop their English language, and it's a great emotional boost for that child as well. It involves 3 children in a group, one being the builder, one being the engineer, and one being the supplier. And it means that every child can take turns and participate in the activity. We also have a great reading program called IDL as well as Nessie. And these 2 programs are online for the children to access and complete different reading and spelling activities. They are personalised programs for the child to work through at their own pace, and it's for the child to really see how they are progressing. So it really helps them to feel successful. As part of our Talented and More Able program, we provide booster sessions as well as project work and competitions for those children who are working at an exceptional level or who show an interest or a particular area of the curriculum. It's really about problem-solving skills and inquiry skills. We also have a really nice program called Zones of Regulation. It's an evidence-based intervention which helps children to identify their emotions, to label their emotions, and to learn the strategies needed to overcome certain challenges with emotion. It's about teaching the children emotions with colour and learning that it's okay to experience different emotions. It's just about our response and reaction when feeling a certain emotion. We also have a really nice motor skills program called Clever Hands and Busy Fingers, and it helps the children to really practice those fine motor skills as well as their gross motor skills. So it might involve some small activities involving beads or Lego, and it's for those children to learn how to manipulate their fingers so that they're ready for handwriting. And we work with a growing number of organisations in Basel, which include speech and language therapists, occupational therapists, dyslexic specialists, as well as working with psychologists and paediatricians. We have a really close partnership with an organisation called Foundations for Learning, and 2 of their speech and language therapists come into our school to provide therapy sessions for our children. I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about our inclusion programme here at ELA Basel, and we look forward to welcoming you here in the near future.